Welcome to day 2 of the 2026 World Series of Bowling from Lucky Strike Lakefield near Minneapolis. Ready to kick off 5 hours of live coverage with a PBA 50 next. From Lucky Strike Lakefield in the Twin Cities, it's time to start day 2 on World Series of Bowling 17. For the second straight day, we kick things off with the PBA 50. It's the Monacelli Championship. We have 3 legends on the lanes today. Like yesterday, Jason Couch is the top seed. He faces the winner of second-seeded Bill Rowe and Jack Jurek for the title. Speaking of legends, joined by Hall of Famer Chris Barnes. Welcome back to Minneapolis, St. Paul, here on CBS Sports Network. More great PBA 50, Barnes, is coming up here. We look forward to this after getting the PBA 50 on TV for the first time since '09 yesterday.
It's fantastic. Bowling is taking over CBS Sports Network this week. And again, we have 15 players vying for 2 different titles, and Jason Couch looking for a little redemption.
You'd like to win after what happened yesterday. The Bowl TV highlight shows us how that went down in the championship match, head-to-head with John Janowitz. In the end, it was JJ taking it 268-213. Chris, how did he do it?
Yeah, Couch had some big hits early, had a little momentum going, but he lost the right lane halfway through, and then John was just too strong, just shot after shot after shot, applying pressure, and that 268 game was plenty for him to take home his 10th title.
What a moment for John Janowitz. Raises the trophy for the 10th time on the PBA 50 Tour. Time to bowl from the Twin Cities. Dave, Chris, our entire crew. The World Series of Bowling 17 resumes here from Minneapolis, St. Paul. And here's Jack Jurek, 63 years old, from Western New York, not far from Buffalo. One of the legends of the game returns to TV. Get some help with the messenger. Good start for Jack.
Throwing them around like the kids do.
Age is just a number.
It is. Sends that bird dog over, takes out both these guys over 60, ironically. Neither one of them throw it like it.
2 days, 2 TV shows for Bill Rowe from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. 182 in his first match. That was yesterday. This one, runaway Brooklyn. And has us right. You get a break, you take it. One of the pros on today's show, Bowl a Perfect Game. Everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit GoBowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion.
Well, a little like yesterday, just a little uncomfortable right out of the gates. The first shot left to target. This time, though, with a much better result. See if he can take advantage of the early break.
His second frame comes in high, and 6 stands for Bill. He told us pre-show, Chris, that didn't feel comfortable yesterday, was fighting the bicep injury on his bowling arm. Today felt much better in the 30-minute practice they got on the TV there.
Yeah, a little less pain, a little less grab, I guess, where you feel like you have to flinch when something really, with that sharp pain, but he's still got to get comfortable, and this, of all the patterns, was the flattest and probably the most challenging.
2.
Just enough. Stay clean early. Big sigh of relief for Bill.
Given those 2 shots, or 3 shots, I think he feels really good about having 20 in the second frame right now.
First World Series of Bowling. This guy won a title on the PBA Tour, checking his arsenal. The Shark in '09.
Jack using 2 different balls. He's using the Attention Star 2 on the left lane, the Alpha Crux on the right. That one outside of target.
1-2-4 deal with here.
Yeah, he's trying to play 7-8, and he wants to be within about 2 boards of that tracer that he just went by at 40 to 43 feet. It's a 3-foot long strip on the 10th board. At 40 feet, you want to be a couple of boards right of it.
Great guys of the game. Two-time Steve Nagy Award winner. 2006, 2011. Covers nicely. Leading us, CB, to the Amelio Monacelli Earl Pennant 40 feet today.
Yeah, and you'll see here, it is 40 feet. It's fairly flat, not as easy as it looks there. Jack's going to play that line. Bill's going to play in a little deeper, and Couch is going to be a little bit left of that now. At practice, it looked like he might play out. He's going to be a little closer to 10. The thing to watch, though, is that 3-foot tracer at 40 feet. It's the dark board down lane. They want to be just to the right of it, the furthest one to the right. Right there. That's the spot to be at. If he's in the 6-7 board where he's at, as it crosses that tracer, he's going to be flush. If he gets to the right of that, he's going to be in trouble. Billy can be a little further left of that because he's got a little more angle going to that spot.
First shot, not so much
target
parallel,
perfectly.
right, but about on top.
Bill going with the hammerhead pearl here. The least of the 3 balls. He's just got to get comfortable and get one projected over to where he wants to. That's way better.
He liked it. Chris liked it. We all like it. All 10 down. You saw exactly where he wanted to go. Hit that spot perfectly.
Yeah, and watch this one. That tracer down lane, he is, well, its head is perfectly in the way. It goes just around the 8th board, and that was perfectly high flush. That's what he's trying to do each shot.
Until this week, he's been a pro since he was 17 years old. A chance to win on TV in the States, be the first time ever for him. 43 years later, he said it would just be incredible to have a chance to do this. And 2 cracks at it in 2 days. Ballard show here yesterday. Monacelli today.
Maybe again.
Here's Bill. Oh, good shot and no break. 8-pin, that was a nice one.
Well, in Murphy's Law, he takes a re-rack and then throws one high flush for a stone 8. Watch the 5-pin, goes straight back. Normally the ball hits it, pushes it into the 8. If you're not as fortunate, the 2 will get trapped off the 4 and go back and hit it. This time, both of them circle around it. The one true tap in bowl.
8-pin got that. Recovers nicely.
Maybe a little payback for the Brooklyn early, but unfortunately he wasn't able to cash that one in.
Bright lights of TV for the first time since 2009 for Jack here today. And he said to us, yeah, I'm going to be nervous. Of course I'm going to be nervous. It's a big deal.
Better shot.
Avoids the disastrous split. That could have been real trouble. 4-pin for Jack.
Yeah, this isn't great news for him. He got it going on the left to right, and it broke loose. And by break loose, it lost traction on the lane, missed the head pin to the right. This one gets up the lane a little more square, and it goes ahead and picks up for almost a 4-9. It's going to make him pretty uncomfortable. To the tape there. This one's more square. Where the last one was at 6-7, that one. This ball is also a little stronger down lane, but that ball was at 8 down lane, and from that direct angle, he needs to be a little further right as it goes by that tracer.
No problem there. Single pin spare conversion. Speaking of 09, the Shark Championship, Thunderbolt lanes. Allen Park, Michigan, outside Detroit. Shark title match. Jack Jurek, Mike Fagan tied at 218. Went to a roll-off, and eventually Jack Jurek won that 10-8. 8 pins there for Michael Fagan. Jurek's second career PBA Tour win. First in 14 years, 175 days since the 95 Tums Classic in Windsor Locks, Connecticut, outside Hartford. It was a long time back. First WSOB. 4-7 here for Jack.
It's a great moment. He's a guy that everyone cheers for. The joke is they should rename the Nagy after make it the Jurek Award. But he's had some interesting time lapses in between titles. He's done the same thing on the 50 Tour as well. His last title on the 50 Tour was 2015. If he were to win today, it would be 11 years.
How about that? 2 PBA 60 Tour titles. Last time Columbus at the World Championship last year. And the USBC Super Senior Classic in Vegas in 2024.
He only wins the big ones.
This is the 50.
Yeah. Fortunate to break down that split there. Here's an opportunity for Bill. It looks like he's finally lined up on both lanes.
Wheel.
Turned nicely. Great ball reaction. With the Bill Rowe, he finds that 1-3 pocket perfectly.
You heard him talking to it as it gets down the lane. Needed to wheel. He's wanting it to hook more. You're also hearing a little bit of grunt as it gets off. I have a feeling that bicep may not feel as good as it did earlier. 5 just dices into the 10. Chance to catch some big momentum going into the commercial break.
Left lane, right lane, breakdown. For a double and a 12-pin lead in the 6th. Comes in high. 3-6-10 stand.
You can really see, as opposed to yesterday, where players had some miss room, if they got it matched up the right way, being able to bank it off the gutter. There's just not a lot. Small miss in the front 15 feet turns into a big miss at 40 feet.
Bill, a member of the Canadian 10-pin Hall of Fame. Lots of accomplishments all over the world as a coach. Has not won on this tour yet. A lot to cover. Wraps around the 10-pin. That's an unfortunate bad break in an open frame. We'll look at timeout here. For the Twin Cities underway PBA 50 match. Zurich head-to-head with Bill Rowe. Second half of the match is on the way.
The PBA World Series of Bowling on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, head to gobowling.com to find a center near you.
Well, Chris, you're just getting warmed up. World Series of Bowling 17, Patrick Hanahan, the big two-handed lefty, won last night. First PBA title to be determined of 4 here. $1 million later today. Jason Belmonte is the top seed there. Zach Wilkins, top seed for the Scorpion, then Ronnie Russell for the Shark, all leading us to Allen Park, Michigan, June 13th on CBS Sports. In addition to the play-in show on CBS Sports Network for the World Championship. All roads lead to Thunder Bowl outside Detroit. 2 centers, 2 states, 2 months. Fantastic bowling as we take over CBS Sports Network. What could be better?
This is where it's at.
Out of the break. Zurich by 10, works on a spare and pays a big price with a big 4.
Spoke the last time in that lane. It looked like he felt a little trapped. He moves a little bit left here, tries to chase in just a little, and it comes off the spot, leaves the big 4.
So Bill had the open in his 6th before the break, and now the nearly unmakeable big 4 for Jack. 470S, 610, no open frame, new match.
He almost never bounced out of the back on these GSX machines. Down 6 now, 4 to go. He's actually pretty fortunate to still be in the match, given that he doesn't have great ball reaction, especially on the right lane.
My probability numbers right now. Bill has got the edge. For the moment, that's subject to change. Seventh for Jurek. A lot better. Finds the 1-3 pocket. Keep things very interesting in the Bill 7th frame.
I don't think either lane is particularly easy for him, but he does know where he needs to play on that left lane. Right at the 8th board at the arrows. Pretty much just only a board belly. He would like to get it one more right of that down lane. Here's an opportunity for Bill Rowe. Double could go up 16.
Great experience, Team Canada. Heard the grunt there, didn't like it. Comes in way high, and that's trouble.
Now, that first shot out of the commercial break is hard for everybody. Sometimes even when you see the guy in front of you go. But you watch, as soon as he throws this, he's looking down at his foot. I guess he was just looking down in disgust because the shot was left. And he has, as you mentioned, Dave, he's kind of grunted almost every time on that right.
Fighting that bicep injury. That's tough. 369 double wood here for Bill to deal with. That was a big miss. Keep things very tight. Wants this one. Covers nicely. Big spare for Bill.
Yeah, not a great break to leave the 9-pin with that. It makes it a much, much more difficult spare.
Huh? Never heard that one.
Topsy Jason Coucher winning the winner of this match. Second straight day we'll see the Hall of Famer on the lanes under the bright lights of TV one more time. John Janowitz beat him yesterday in the Ballard Championship match. Couch right back up today in the Monacelli.
That's more like it.
8 frame, he liked it. That's why. Great shot for Bill.
Not much I need to say there. He called his own shot. He knew it off his hand. He's just struggled to get shots. So as you see, he doesn't use his left arm much. So a bicep injury affects Bill maybe a little more than it does even some other players. And that one, the 8-pin again, the last one to fall as he splits the 8-9. Huge shot here. Ball change for Jack on the right lane, going to the S2. Same one he's using the left.
8 frame for the lead.
Wow.
Big shot, little off target. Light hit, takes the break, gets the ball, has a lead by 4 pins.
Looks like he makes a little 3-and-3 move here. Gets him about 9 at the arrows. So I guess it wasn't that far, maybe just 2-and-1. But it certainly got further left in his lay down. Allowed him to hook it in the front just a touch and get it on line. I'm not sure he knew if that was going to make up the hill or not. And you see the win probability is flipped.
As we said, subject to change. With each shot. It's an awesome stat.
Huge shot here.
How about it?
The Turkey 14-pin lead. No help on the 10-pin. Want to get the stats the pros are using? Download the Lane Talk app and see how your game stacks up against the best. A lot more to be seen at lanetalk.com. Awesome numbers.
Use it every week to break down performances, find weaknesses. It's a tool that nearly every player on tour here uses.
Single pin spare conversion got that. No worries for the mark in his foundation frame. But could not create separation. Now we're going to have a great finish here. 9th for Bill. Chance for a lead by 7. Looks for the double. Was dreamt. PBA 50 title, winning the bright lights on the PBA tour, but that's high and leaves a lot.
And
it's
again,
tough, 3, 6, 9, 10.
Yeah, again, leaving the 9-pin with it. This pattern's 40 feet. It's pretty flat in the middle of the lane, as you can see, because every shot that's a little bit left has no chance. But there's still oil down lane to the right, which doesn't let you, like in the Ballard yesterday, you could throw it to the gutter and get it back off of it down lane to make a spare like this. So he's going with a little quicker ball to give himself a chance.
A lot to cover here. Really needs it.
Wow,
good
great
spare. Well, we talked about that all over the world coaching. Qatar, UAE, Dominican Republic. On and off as he calls for a re-rack of bowling professionally. Had an IT job, a 95 for a long time.
I've been bowling with and against Bill since 1990.
You've known him just for a minute here, Chris.
Yeah, the high rollers, we bowled team challenges together. We bowled against each other on the national teams. Him for Team Canada, me Team USA. Bowled for zone championships in the Dominican Republic one time.
Pretty cool.
He has been a great player for a long, long time. Chance to take it, he needs a double now to take the lead.
10th frame for Bill. Good shot. Good 4-pin goes. Toles took about 10 years off. Gonna take a timeout here. Wants to think things through with a big shot on the way. He was happy working and
Get it right. Get it right.
fishing at his lake cottage. And he told us during COVID, got that itch again. Get back out and compete.
30 seconds gives him a little bit of time with the timeout. In my opinion, he took it a little bit early. If he wanted the time, he could have waited till his ball came back and then it started in. But he just wanted a chance to breathe. He's comfortable now, knows what he needs to do. Just has to get it right.
Second and 10 for the lead. Got it.
Maybe his best shot of the entire game at the moment, and he needed it most. Still a fairly big fill shot, as Jack has struggled on this right lane. Does not have a strike on it yet, I believe. No, he has one strike on it on the ball change. Just his last shot on that lane. So
big shot here. Put pressure on Jurek. Looks for help. Doesn't get it across the deck with a messenger. Leaves the 10 pin on the fill ball. 197 for Bill.
means double and 7 is what Jack is going to need to win.
Top seed Jason Couch awaits the winner.
Second cycle.
Like yesterday, the only lefty. 2 strikes and 7 to win for Jurek. Back on TV for the first time in so long. That's on his racket.
That's what everybody wants. Ball in hand in the 10th frame to win.
Got out of the first one. Jack has it. Good 10 pin, down it goes.
What a really, really good shot. Both these guys showing their moxie that age is just a number.
It never leaves you, CV.
But sometimes you get better at handling the pressure. Both these guys making aces under the gun. Snaps the 10 out. Needs one more. Plus 7.
Plus 7. Hasn't won the 50 Tour since 2015. Gotta have it. He does. Needed 2 to begin the 10th. Has it now. 7.
But shows you how
Wilder
good
take
that
on
ball
Jason
change
Couch.
was for him in the 8th frame. This shot is 1 left at the arrows, which isn't massive, but on this pattern, it's made all the difference in the world. He's saying for it to lay off halfway down the lane. The trip 4, just like yesterday, you saw a lot of those trip 4s and trip 6s yesterday for the lefties. He got one at the best possible moment there for him, and the worst for Bill.
Gotta have 7 to win it. Has 9 as the victory. Jack Jurek will take on Jason Couch for the Monacelli Championship here in the Twin Cities. It was not easy. Big sigh of relief there for Jack.
2 most competitive guys and 2 of the best, nicest guys on tour.
Top seed Jason Couch, USBC and PBA Hall of Famer. Now will take on Jack Jurek here in the Twin Cities. Lakeville, Minnesota. Championship match is next. Welcome to the Go Bowling Halftime Show. Let's flash back. June 13, 1998, PBA Showboat Invitational in Vegas. Jason Couch taking on Amaletto Monacelli, 2 future Hall of Famers for whom this event is named. Couch knocked off Amaletto, the star from Venezuela, 205 to 181 for his 5th career title. Look at that conversion. How about that split? 210, not bad. He's now got 16 titles in his PBA career and 3 times in the PBA 50 career. Should be fun to watch Jason Couch again. He wants redemption, Chris, as you talked about top of the broadcaster after what happened yesterday.
Well, for sure. And the one time that Dell and Jason met up, Dell won, and the Ballard pattern beat Jason yesterday, but Jason beat Monacelli. Maybe the same will come true today.
What are your thoughts on Jack's first game here?
Well, Jack's an old school guy, and he's about touch and feel and execution, and he made some great moves. He made some great shots and some great spots, but the ball change in the 8th frame was the key to everything for him. If Jason can get lined up, though, he'll be a lot to handle.
Looking forward to it. Amaretto, Monacelli championship match. Jason Couch, the top seed for a second straight day. Tries for a win on the PBA 50 Tour here at the World Series of Bowling in the Twin Cities. Packed house, second straight day. Here in the Twin Cities getting set for a championship match. Lucky Strike, Lakeville. Weekday 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget, epic duo, former quarterback Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti discussing the hottest topics in sports. Boomer and Gio coming your way here on CBS Sports Network. Here we go. Fast Jerk Championship match. PBA 50 Monacelli. It's a great time for the PBA 50 Tour, CB, right? A lot going on.
Fantastic. First time in 16, 17 years that the PBA 50 has been back on TV. And here today, determining a second title in 2 days.
Jack starts us off. Championship match. Well done. And a lot of PBA 50 events on the way as well, right?
Yes, we got the US Open coming up in Greeley. We got the Masters in Las Vegas. The Super Senior Classic is out there as well. Oklahoma, Indiana, Virginia, Ohio, and eventually West Virginia. Across the country, a little bit of everywhere.
Love it. Some of the stats on Jason Couch. Just outside Orlando. 10-minute drive from Norm Duke. Gets going. Nicely. Tattoos the 1-2 pocket, all 10 back.
A lot of titles in a little small city there. I wasn't sure in practice. We didn't get to see all the shots he threw as we were on the desk, but he didn't hit the pocket a lot, the ones I saw. I wasn't sure how comfortable he was. And he is throwing 2 different balls. Looks like he's throwing his black hammer on the right lane, and I believe the crown jewel 78 on the left.
First show yesterday for Jason since 2011. The bright lights says he learned a lot. Great start for Jason Couch here.
Sorry, it's a purple hammer 78 there, and so he looks perfectly comfortable. And this is what he did at the other center. The biggest difference between these two centers, and we'll talk about it more later when the kids come, because they came from another center.
Crowd that pays attention.
Is that it gets through the front much easier here, and then it's a little sharper off the back end, which on some patterns, that's a great advantage. On this medium, flatter pattern, not as much.
Oh, that's got to lay off.
Keep us perfect. 4-pin.
It's a good 9.
Well, you heard him talk. It had to lay off, and a good 9. That means he has probably a touch of room, and he might even be able to move in just a little bit off of it and get a little slower. Certainly what the new school players do. Jack may just push it through that spot a little bit easier. On the spare, Couch out to an early 10-pin lead. Certainly not what Jack wants to do, is let Couch get off and running a little bit.
That could spell disaster against our super southpaw here today. Jack a 200 game. 3-pin win over Bill Rowe in the first match here today. His third frame unfolds. Okay.
I will say he looks way more comfortable than he did at the beginning right now. He's got a little bit of where he feels like he can push it. Like this one, he can push to the right on this lane and actually know that it's going to roll back. The other lane, he's starting to get to where he has a little bit of hole where he thought he was going to big four, hit 4 pins. It's not perfect, but it's certainly better than it was. Now Jason with a chance to go up and really put a hammer down on it. You can see black pearl urethane on the right lane, purple pearl urethane 78 on the left lane. You know, the PBA Tour has a 78D rule for urethane.
Third frame, good by 20. You bet.
Perfect, 10
Great
straight back.
Start continues here. Chrissy's locked in clearly.
And whereas most left-handers really love to play the gutter, Jason's best spot is a little bit off of that where he can use a little more angle. And he actually looks way more comfortable now than he did yesterday when he was trying to force it to stay straight. Had to stay a little closer to that friction, and eventually that right lane had a spot that blew up and had a couple of shots go high that threw him out of the match.
2012 inductee PBA Hall of Fame, 2013 USBC Hall of Fame, former Rookie of the Year, 3-time TOC champ. Three-peat, it was something. Dominant for a long time, looking for help on the 10-pin somehow. The helicopter messenger doesn't reach it.
Maybe most of the incredible thing about those three is one of them was in Kansas City, one of them was in Chicago, and the third one was in Mohegan Sun out in Connecticut. It wasn't like he was in one venue where he just matched up great at. He wanted 3 different places and 2 very different formats along the way.
Only player ever win 3 straight TOCs.
Jason, as he has his old career, will hook it right side spares. Makes it easily.
He told us pre-show, want to keep it business as usual. That was his message yesterday as well. Trying to reduce the nerves and get back to the basics on TV for Jason Couch. Lost that right lane as we talked about yesterday. Wants a much different ending against Jack Jurek here today, who's had a very distinguished career. Fourth frame, cut it to 9. Big shot. What's a 2-8 double? Well, just the 8-pin for Jack.
The difference between the left lane and the right lane is that shot makes it back on the left lane. On the right lane, there's just a little bit of hang. Pin go around, taps the 4 forward in the 2, makes this a little bit easier spare for sure. Excellent spare shooter, but loses a chance to cut into that 19-pin lead that Couch has opened up now.
Jack, 63 years old, told us he feels healthy, feels great. It's a lot of bowling. Win probability numbers are squarely in favor of Jason Couch at the moment.
And Jack's still a workout fiend. He's in great shape, eats healthy, does all the things to keep himself in prime condition.
Good shot.
10 straight back there.
Perfect ball in the 5th.
That's a little better.
He's relaxing, isn't he, CB?
Yeah, lots of times these second matches are where you can really settle in a little bit, and it can be hard to be the leader, especially in a situation like this where you haven't been on TV for a long time. I think even though it didn't go great yesterday, it is an advantage for Jason to have been on TV just 24 hours ago.
His 5th. Works on a spare. Oh, no, love on the 7-pin.
Wow, this is a great shot. Just getting out the 4th board. Watch 2nd pin from the left. It'll go right to around the wall. That's a ringing 10 as it goes up around the top, middle of that 7-pin. Flat 7 is when that 4-pin would just lay in the gutter there and rest in peace.
Down to 7, no worries.
Got that one to bounce around a little bit. The big thing for Jason, he talked about it yesterday, was really getting his legs underneath him. And really, if anything, getting that right leg out in front with a little bit of knee flex. He's had some pretty big knee issues over the years, and really the multiple days in a row hurt him, make it hard for him to really get much flex. But you can see right now, he's getting the ball out on the lane, it's clearing the front of the lane, and tons of energy in the back when he does that.
Last title PBA 50 tour for him, the Ballard Championship in Jackson, Michigan a year ago. Let's repeat the feed here. 6 frame works on a spare, perfect. Smokes the 1-2 pocket, all 10 down. And halfway home, the championship match in the Monacelli tournament, PBA 50 here in suburban Minneapolis. Jason Couch closing in on a title here today.
The PBA World Series of Bowling on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AMF, the home of PBA, where the pros play. Head to amf.com to find a center near you.
Coming up next, CBS Sports Network brings you more strikes and spares. The PBA World Series of Bowling continues. Chameleon Championship match play starts. Jason Belmonte, Darren Tang, Jason Cerner, and Jacob Butker for the top 4 seeds. They get buys into the quarterfinals. Big names. International flavor to our Chameleon show. It's all on the way. Anthony Simons is on that show. Looking forward to that. First, we wrap up the Monacelli second of our 4 PBA 50 events on CBS Sports Network. Part of the World Series bowling bonanza. Big shot. Good, nice response out of the break. Strikes in the 6th to cut to 8 pins.
Wow, fantastic shot coming out of the break. Cuts it down to 8. Most confident he's looked on this right lane. Still, his balance is so good. He still posts up shots. Everything up and down the line.
Win probability stats will jump around here.
Do the right thing.
A very close match. Look at the turkey and a 2-pin lead in the set.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Didn't like it at all.
Oh, boy.
Didn't pay a price. It was oh no, yes. Strikes. That does take the lead by 2.
That one looked like it hit a rock out there around the 3rd board and actually kicked off and went to the left. There hadn't been many shots get anywhere out that far that had much chance, and I don't think he thought it was going to either. It picked up just enough on the way that it got up, tickled him down.
He knows he got a big break there. All right, Couch can jump right back in front. Looks for the double in the 7th and an 8-pin lead. As we said, that win probability stat will move. A career for Jason Couch. Wants it, has it.
That's a great answer.
Obliterates the 1-2 pocket, all 10 down. Big shot on a lead for Couch.
But to be fair, he hasn't done much but go high flush this whole game. 9th board right through the front. Down lane right around 8. It's going 9 to about 6, and then just using that urethane ball, getting started a little sooner. Arcing it up to the front. Urethane's the ultimate control piece. Blends the lane out, makes the window of break point, of good break point, much longer, which is why guys throw it. And then the more power you have, the more you can still strike with that smooth reaction.
Saw the stat pack, big numbers. Championship match. Big one for Couch in the 8th. Another. Answers the call one more time, up by 18 pins.
He's creating some of the good stuff here too. Just a touch inside of the last shot, but still well projected. They said that's where the knee bend helps out. Still got it projected going out and around that tracer and high flush. Great answer back to take the lead. Back by 18.
Jurek looks for the 4-bagger here, Chris. Got it right back to 8, which he does. Perfection. 1-3 pocket in this righty-lefty matchup. And Jack told us yesterday, you just aren't sure at this age, he's 63, how many more kicks at the can he's going to get, right? He wants to take advantage of this opportunity. That was a great shot.
I think he's probably been saying that since 2015 when he won then, too. But
this for 5 in a row. To regain the lead, our back and forth match. Does it. Enough on the 10-pin late to bring it down. Jurek by 2. Drama escalates in our championship match.
Huge shot. This one is actually the one he wanted. Sometimes when you get that good break and then you throw the good one, you feel like the ring 10 is coming right behind it. Manages to tip it over late. Swings the pressure back to Couch. Max score 268 for Couch. Max score for Jurek 260. Nothing Jack can do to stop Couch if he strikes out.
For the lead again. Tough.
6-pin.
Great. Just the 6-pin. A really good shot. Tomorrow, CBS Sports Network brings you more strikes and spares. PBA 50 World Series of Bowling continues 6 Eastern. The Petraglia Championship. Tom Hess, Ron Hurt, Andres Gomez. The 3-man field. Tom is the top seed. Scorpion Championship right after that. As we start that process of crowning a champion on Scorpion. Foundation frame spare. That's the good news. Bad news, down by 3 as he heads to the 10th.
Well, the situation is this. If he can double in the 10th, he can still force Jack to throw the first strike in the 10th frame. 247 max score. Jack on 260 possible. 9 spare strike could make it 239.
2 legends of the game back on TV. Return to the bright lights. Tenth frame begins for the Hall of Famer. Does one.
We've seen Jason in this spot dozens of times before, and once again coming through with a great shot when he needs it most. So gets just around the tracer there on that 8-9 down lane at 40 to 43 feet where that tracer resides. Taking a little re-rock now to get a little breather.
Jack appears relaxed for sure. Jurek will step on the 10th, working on a 5-bagger. Couch wants to strike here to apply some pressure for Jack in the 10th.
Be right.
Big shot.
Yeah.
Big strike. It was right.
And that's the Couch of yesteryear. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. You heard Jack say it. He knew it was coming. Jason's played with lots of intensity, lots of aggression over the years. Went right back to the well. The one that served him so well over the years. And his 16 titles. count minorly important here. His lineups being up. Chances of getting 7 aren't very good, but still want to do it just in case.
Get up.
Down to the field ball. 2:46 for Couch.
All right, strike 7 spare. Will bring Jack his first title on the 50 tour in 11 years.
I don't think this through. Something distracted him down late. Waiting for that left lane to set. Couch can't watch. Needs a strike. Doesn't get it. 2-8 double wood. And Jason Couch does it. Back in the winner's circle. The Hall of Famer Jason Couch has won.
Redemption!
He is back. The 2 strikes in the 10th. Forcing Jack to strike, which he didn't do. What a showing for Jack Jurek back on TV. For the first time in so long. National TV, first time since 09. We came so close.
Thank you. This tour deserves to be on TV. I hope they realize it. Whew, what a ride. Thank you, Lord. That one.
There it is. It comes a little too late, though.
Thank you, brother. Great bowling. Great bowling.
I got what I wanted.
A champion once again, Jason Couch. Jurek had to have this one. He knew it down late and missed the target. Left the 2-8. That meant on the bench, Jason Couch was a champion again. Redemption. That's what he yelled out. And with Chris Barnes now, happy winner, Barney.
Well, it's been a long 24 hours, I'm sure, after yesterday. How did that feel right there?
I bowled poorly yesterday after the 5th frame, and I told myself, not today, boss. You're going to come through today.
Well, and you did that. You threw some great shots, even the ones that didn't strike were online. Anything different you did from an approach standpoint that you learned from yesterday?
I got a little impatient yesterday, threw it to the dry a little quick, and I just told myself, no more, boss, do your job.
I saw it was emotional. How did you feel after? I mean, it's been a while since you've been on TV and won.
It's been hard. First of all, happy Mother's Day to my wife. God bless you. It's been a lot of work over the last few months. Thank you to Don Hogue for helping me out with the videos. Mark Baker as well. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you to my sponsors, Brunswick, Turbo, Coolwick. I just can't tell you guys how hard it is. Dexter Bowling, man. Thank you guys. Yes, sir!
Your 2026 champion, Jason Couch.
The Hall of Famer celebrates here in Lakeville, Minnesota. We'll wrap things up in this PBA 50 Monacelli Championship show right up to this on CBS Sports Network. Congratulations to Jason Couch, the 2026 PBA 50 Monacelli champion. Now for the Hall of Famer Chris Barnes and the entire crew, David Ryan saying so long for now from suburban Minneapolis. Back after the break with more from the PBA World Series of Bowling as we begin 4 hours of live coverage to crown the Chameleon Champion. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. For the 4th time in his career on the PBA 50 Tour, Jason Couch is a champion.